After devastating flooding swept through a Mason City neighborhood last summer, its residents are asking the city for a solution, and their voices have been heard. On Tuesday, the city will unveil their plans to tackle that issue. KIMT News 3's Alex Jurgens spoke with residents about what they're hoping to see done.
In June of last year, Mason City underwent some very severe flooding, and this pond on Plymouth Road on the northeast side of town was not immune from that. In fact, the water got out of its banks, tracked into people's backyards, and even into some homes. Now, this week, the city of Mason City will be updating residents as to exactly what they're doing to solve this problem.
Take a look at these pictures from last June. Homes on the east side of Plymouth Road had feet of water sitting in backyards. For the O'Donnells, their basement was completely flooded and reached onto the ground floor. Today, the family has rebuilt, though there is still more work to be done. Since last year, Bob and Stephanie have spent a lot of time and money on renovations.
All the siding is new and
the insulation, the windows, doors, cabinetry. It's basically a new house. It's basically just the stick structure is the only thing left.
So far this year, there have been a few occasions where water began to rise, though fortunately not to last year's levels. But they don't want to have to worry anymore, and that's why they've been working with their neighbors to send the city a message.
And once it hits Casca, I'm talking to Mr. Aaron Burnett, the city administrator, and then he responds with, we'll get it pumped before you get the water in your basement. Because if I get water sitting in my yard, it's in the basement. I can't keep it out.
Up the road from the O'Donnells, Todd Godfrey's backyard received about 3 feet of water during the height of the flooding. From day one, he started getting a plan together with neighbors to send to city leaders, and the city is on their side.
When we needed them to bring a pump out, and if we saw the ponds rising again, which has happened over the last year at different times, they were able to come up with some temporary solutions to the problem with bringing pumps out and pumping it into the West Pond, into the golf course last summer.
They're hopeful the city can come up with a solution, but if it floods like last year again, the O'Donnells won't rebuild.
If it happens again, bulldoze it in. I'm done. I just can't do it again.
We know that this takes time. It can't be a solution found overnight, but they've been really, really good about being proactive and staying in touch with us and really being responsive to our needs.
In Mason City, Alex Jurgens, KIMT News 3.
The meeting will be at 5 p.m. on Tuesday at Mason City City Hall.